beautiful. What is your, it's hard to say, which is your favorite? You've done obviously so many famous people, you met them well. Anything like that hit you when you was proceeding, you know, doing portrait, like more emotionally, would you say? Or you literally put that at, you know, put that in the corner and just obviously draw from your memory, like your case study, if you like.
Yeah.
And emotional.
What one? Are you speaking of one drawing in particular?
Harder to pick, I know. You're amazing, but
Honestly, they're all my babies, you know. So I can't choose one.
Sorry.
But I will say, my drawing of Mother Teresa, I drew Mother Teresa in 2011, and before drawing that piece, I reached, I guess you could probably say, quite a depressive rock bottom place in terms of just not really knowing where I'm going. Like, I graduated from university in 2009, and after that there was no trajectory, there was no plan, there was no blueprint of how to become an artist or how to actualize this thing that I love to do. So I ended up, my friends, my peers, when I was in university, were encouraging me to join social media. Facebook was really big at the time. So I joined Facebook and I connected with some of my friends that I went to primary school with. And from that was kind of the first time that I was really using the internet. So this is 2009, 2010. And then from browsing the internet and using Facebook, I ended up sharing my artworks on there. And from sharing my artworks, there was like, my friends from the school were like, oh, Kelvin, you're still drawing, amazing, brilliant, you know, and I saw that I was gathering a little bit of a following. But after Facebook, I was, you know, from browsing the internet, I saw there were other art websites dedicated for artists and creatives. And there was one in particular that I joined, you know, it was called DeviantArt. It was amazing at first. And like, the first few weeks, there was like ample amount of people that were following the journey and that were just lots of praise and compliments. But then after like 2 months of being on there, I got a message one day, it was a direct message, and someone said, read this, you fake curse words.
No.
So,
Oh.
and I was like, ooh, because I've never received any sort of negative criticism in that period of time, and that's the first time using social media, so it really took me back a little bit. So I opened up this thing, which was a blog, and it was a blog about why my works were fake. So I was on
it was true.
Yeah, and then I guess, to be honest, at the time, because there was no accolades, there was no awards, there was really nothing, no interviews, nothing on me online. So when they saw my works, and there was no work in progress, so they just saw these images, this guy, this hairy man who is drawing people who are like look like photographs. They couldn't believe it, so they criticized me and they said it was like fake, it was Photoshop. Even when I tried to explain, I couldn't, you know. So that was a really deep at first, because it was like a compliment at first, because they thought like it was a photograph.
Deep cut, yeah, unnecessary, yeah.
But then it turned quite racial, unfortunately, and it's quite negative. So I ended up taking space away from social media. I wasn't inspired. I wasn't inspired to draw anyone until I saw Mother Teresa. Like, Mother Teresa came. I had a conversation with my friend who I went to secondary school with, a guy called Daniel Medina. And
that's why.
Yes, that's right. Yes, we drew that. That's right.
Not as good as yours, but
you got a brilliant memory. Like, yeah, that's Daniel's eyes, green eyes, beautiful eyes. And we had a conversation. You know, I was telling him about the experience, and he was like, you know, Kelvin, this happens. You know, it's part of the package. But then we spoke about Mother Teresa. After that conversation, I left abruptly. So we were speaking. I was like, Daniel, I'm sorry, I gotta go. We spoke about Mother Teresa. I left him immediately. I'm like, bro, I gotta go. I literally drove home so fast to start drawing because I was inspired. I was like, nope, Mother Teresa I want to draw her. So because she was just, from what I gathered from her, being, you know, when I went to Catholic primary school, so, you know, she was like a highlight in the school in terms of a noble being. So I know there was like, unfortunately, there was a bit of negativity about her later on in life before I knew, but it didn't matter, because in that moment my energy felt connected to drawing this being. And it was just, I got rid of all the ego that I was feeling from all the slandering. I just rid myself of that, and I felt inspired to draw this woman. And then after drawing her, I would say, to answer your question, I know I've gone a long way around to get into the question, but Mother Teresa was probably the most, for me, it was the most rewarding drawing because it got me out of a depression. And after drawing her, that drawing was actually the drawing that catapulted me into the media. So by the time it was 2013, 2 years later after drawing that piece, it was featured all over the internet, all over news channels, CNN, BBC, and it was the drawing that I guess people recognize my work with. So it's funny how sometimes in life when we're going through those obstacles, the obstacle is the way. You know, sometimes when we're going through, we just have to surrender, embrace, find inspiration, and whatever you do from that period can end up being a thing that could catapult you to the next stage.
Make you stronger. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Amazing. Thank you for sharing your story, by the way, because it's up there and it's still happening, which is very, very sad. But I love what you do with your platform now, with your Instagram. So you put obviously bits and pieces of photograph and or like a grid, and actually you draw every piece now. Obviously, the last one was Bob Dylan. Is incredible, and I love to see the details, because whoever I show and I say press on this grid, press on the grid, like wow, that's insane. I know it's like wow, and it's so inspirational to so many people, you know, so many people, and that's why I wanted to bring that for the makeup, because I learn a lot.